Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to use ray tracing in Unreal Engine 4. So I have the latest update of Windows 10, so I'm running version 1809. Make sure you have this or the latest. I have NVIDIA GeForce 1080 and I have version 430.86. This is the latest driver I have. So, and you also would need the latest version of Unreal Engine. So I have 4.22.3. I'm going to go ahead and create a new third-person project. Okay, and call it ray tracing tutorial. So once you have the project running, go to your edit, project settings, scroll down and go to platforms, Windows, and you also would need DirectX 12 installed. So if you go to platform Windows, go to default RHI DirectX 12. Okay, make sure you have this installed prior running Unreal Engine 4, and then go to engine rendering, and I'm going to search for skin. So you're going to enable support compute skin cache. Okay, once you click on that, it's going to tell you to ask you to restart. So I'm not going to restart yet. I'm also going to search for ray trace. Ray, if you search for ray, you will see the engine rendering ray tracing. Click on check. So after that, you can go ahead and restart now. I'm going to go to basic, then choose cylinder. Okay, so I'm going to make it very thin. Let's go at 0.3, and then doesn't have to be too tall. Okay, so let's say I have something like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change my snapping to 50, and also I'm going to click on the floor. I'm just going to make it bigger, like 3, right? I'm just going to make it long. I'm going to resize the floor sideways as well, like 2, maybe 3. Yeah, now I'm going to drag this pretty much. So if I put it here, and then I'm going to press Alt, and then I'm going to press Alt and drag it sideways. No, not yet. The grid, it has to be, let's say 100. Okay, I'm not going to Alt, drag it, Alt, drag it, drag it. Let's do 500. No, not 500, is too much. I'll go back to 100. So once you have a couple of them, select them all, and then hold Alt and then copy them. I'm going to keep doing that. So the first test we're going to do, we're going to create a spotlight, right? I'm going to drag a spotlight here. Make sure the spotlight is movable. Right, so the spotlight is facing downward. So I'm going to press E, and then I'm going to rotate it 90 degree this way, 90 degree this way, and then I'm going to rotate 45 degree this way. 45. Okay, yeah, 50 is fine. And yeah, so my intensity is 3000, attenuation radius is 5000, and everything is default. And I'm going to add a material. I'm going to search for, go to content folder, search for wood. Make sure you have the starter content, and you will see this wood. I'm going to apply the, maybe this one, walnut, to the floor. Let me see which one is the. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so just for the sake of this example, I'm going to remove, go to search filter for light, and then I'm going to remove this skylight, the light mesh impedance volume, light source directional light, and the lightning folder. Then also search for fog, and I'm going to delete the atmosphere fog. Then I'm going to remove this wall. So we're just going to test this light. Let's see how this looks. Also going to add a point light here so that it's not too dark. I'm not going to add directional light yet because it's going to light up the whole place. Increase this. So just putting some lights in places so that it's not like crazy dark, right? Like that. And also I'm going to put one more here. There you go. We'll remove this wall. Then we have this thing that we created, right? So here's what you're going to do. We're going to see the first difference of ray tracing. So you're going to go ahead, click on this down arrow and click on the show FPS. It's going to show us the FPS. If I choose the spotlight, right, and on the right side under is details, if I search for ray, you'll see by default we have the cast ray trace shadow enabled, right? So if I disable that, you're not going to see big difference even in FPS, right? So it just small slight differences, like small shadow right here. If you notice this, it has better shadow, right? Okay, so let's say we enable it. It's still sharp. So here's one feature that ray tracing has. It's all in the source radius. So you can make it, let's try it without that. Let's see if I can make it better. Now if I disable that source radius, see if I increase the source radius, not source radius, yeah, if I increase the source radius, you don't see any big difference, right? So I'm going to reset it. This time I'm going to enable ray trace shadow, then go to source radius, and I'm going to watch the softness of the shadow. Source radius, see this? You can play around with this. So this is, it shouldn't be this sharp, right? From this distance it should be somewhere, it should be soft, like maybe this soft. I don't know, I'm not an expert, but I think like it has to be somewhat like this, like maybe like 15. Yeah, so mine setting is 15. So this looks more realistic, right? This is how the shadow actually looks like. So, and let's see if I move these, slowly move this directional light. And you can also do this. It's very nice. Let me try this. Let me change the, it's facing this way, right? Let's try the mirror thing, right? So let's say we have this wall, right? So we're going to create a new materials mirror. You can put it anywhere you want. Double click on it. I'm going to press 3 and click on it, drag it to base color, change this to white. I'm going to press hold 1 and click, give it to metallic, hold 1, press, give it to roughness. Metallic is going to be 1. I'm going to apply, and save. And I'm going to drag the new materials to the wall. There you go. We should have something mirror, and we should be able to see the this floor is not that shiny. Maybe we should try different floor, but I like this. The pine is very, this is more shiny though, and you can see the reflect. I don't know if you can see the reflection. See, the frame rate dropped to 36 fps. I'm going to create some like pillars, let's say using cylinder. Create one. Let me make it alright. So I create one of them. I'm going to go to material, look for gold, give it a gold. We don't even need this, so we can delete the lightning and render effects folder. I'm going to delete one of the lights, and then I'm going to delete this light as well, because we're going to do a different example here. We're going to use these pillars. Okay, so let's bring in, and also this one can go as well. All right, so there you go. It's a nice dark in here. We still have some sort of light here. I think it's reflecting from this point light. So let's bring in go to light, and let's bring in directional light. Our directional light is that it can go anywhere. It doesn't matter where we put it, but it does matter the angle of it. For example, so it's right here, right? And then I press E, I could just move this, right? That's what makes it. So let's see if I do this like this, and then I move it this way or this way, right? So a little bit angle that way. And while you have the directional light enabled, right, I think let's check if the ray tracing, cast ray trace shadow is on. We have this preview text showing up in the shadow, right? In this scenario, there are a couple of things we have to do. Is probably the directional light that we have is not, make sure it's movable. Now the directional light, I'm gonna build lighting only. See how the softness in the shadow goes as it goes to distance. If I play this got very dark. Okay, the FPS dropped though, but the shadow looks very nice, very realistic. Right here, soft at the edge. I don't know if you can improve this. Let's bring in another thing you can do. There's more feature you have. If you on the left panel in your modes, if you search for process volume, we're going to add that here. Okay, and the post processing volume here on your map, and then it has many features like anything that has ray tracing in it. I'm going to tracing translucency, all the ray tracing features in the post process volume. Let me see if I build lighting only right now. So yeah, so we're gonna check out the ray tracing reflection, and see the max bounces is 1. Really nice. It's shiny. So we're gonna check out this one. Look how soft the shadow is. Let's see. So we're gonna do reflection, right? So in order for the reflection, we're gonna do this. So we're gonna move this all the way to the back. Make this a big. Also, we're gonna change the floor from wood to metal. So if I search for metal, and I'm gonna try the steel, furnace steel. Let me see how this one looks like. Oh my god, this is cool. I like this one very much. So shiny. Okay, so now if I go to post process volume, and here's another thing, to make the mirrors bounce more light, so you can increase the max bounces to, like, let's say 3, right? And the FPS drop to like 20, but it's going to give you more details. Yeah, see that? More light bounces is brighter. So here's one thing you can do. All right, so this is how it looks with max bounces 3. So if I press this, I'm gonna see the bottom left corner. I'm gonna type in a comment like r.raytrace. Then you can, I think, reflection, then press 0. See that? See, this is without ray tracing. See the big difference? There's nothing you can see. There's so many things in the background, and you can see any of those stuff. And watch this. This is before and after. See that? Oh my god, this is a huge difference. Again, this is fun. Without ray trace, with ray trace, it makes bounces 3. Pretty cool. Now let's check out how it looks like in bright sunlight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the post process volume and set the max bounces to reset the max bounces to 1. Okay, and then I'm going to click on view options and make sure show engine content, so that engine sky, and I'm going to find BP sky sphere, drag it on my map, right? And on the details, I'm going to change the sun height to maximum 1. I'm going to go choose directional light, right? And then I guess I'm going to change the color a little bit to more like yellowish, and increase the intensity to, I'm going to reset the intensity to 10. So it looks beautiful, but if you look at the shadows are pitch black. There's no way during daytime that the shadows going to be this pitch black. It's like, you can go to wall settings, right? Under lightness settings, and then you have the environment color. The default is black. There you go. I think it's getting better. So okay, let me check something. What's my FPS right now? So I'm doing 20, yeah, about like 20 FPS. So yeah, there you go. This is how I fix the shadow. This is where I would stand in this bright sunlight, right? Okay, so this is pretty cool. This makes more sense. But yeah, I mean, the reflecting the sky is kind of there's no better way of doing it. I mean, I haven't found any good solution. If you know any good solution, I mean, one way of using is the sphere capture, sphere reflection capture, but it doesn't work very well. If you know, some people use camera with reflecting material, something like that. But I haven't found any better way. If you know any better way of reflecting skylight in mirrors, especially these kind of big mirrors, I mean, nobody's going to use these kind of huge mirrors, right? But this was just to demo the ray tracing reflection. Anyway, if you know how to reflect the skylight, let me know in the comment section. So I want to try one more thing. So this is an asset that I purchased from marketplace. If you don't have it, you can try with different house with different windows. So yeah, okay, yeah. So after I build a light, it looks more realistic. It's dark over here. Since the sun is very low, and now it makes very sense. It's much darker. The rooms are darker now. But once you're inside, you get adjust the light get adjusted automatically. But in here, it's very good. In here, it's not projecting any light rays here because there's no sunlight coming from there. But you see it over here and there. Okay, look at this corridor. It's very bright, and the shadows are very nice, very realistic. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.